Well, earlier I spoke to both Glenn Greenwald and his partner David Miranda in Brazil, and I asked them whether Mr. Miranda was carrying classified documents that had come from the whistleblower Edward Snowden.
I don't know if I was carrying classified documents. I was traveling to meet my friend in Berlin, and she asked me to bring something back to Glenn in Brazil, but I didn't question her because I think they're doing the journalism they're doing, and I don't want to know exactly all the files they have.
Glenn Greenwald, the UK government seem convinced that you do have highly sensitive information that they say could assist terrorist attacks. Is that true? Is there anything in the information you've got that could endanger national security?
That's completely idiotic. Everything that the United States and the UK government does in the last 12 years, whenever they get caught doing things that they shouldn't be doing, such as building a massive spying system in secret to eliminate privacy globally, whenever they get caught, they just scream the word terrorism over and over in hopes that people will be scared enough to submit to whatever it is that they're doing. Terrorists already are well aware, and have been for many years, at least any of them who are capable of tying their shoes in the morning, that the US and UK governments are trying to monitor their communications. We haven't informed the terrorists of anything that they didn't already know. What we've informed Americans and British citizens and people around the world is what they didn't know, which is that the spying system is actually being directed at them, irrespective of any relationship to terrorism of any kind.
Do you think that politicians that at the very top inside number 10, they knew that your partner was about to be detained? So far, we've had discussions about the police action and also about the representations that were made to The Guardian on behalf of politicians. Do you think the politicians did know that your partner was going to be detained at Heathrow?
I don't have definitive evidence to say one way or the other, but obviously if the White House was informed ahead of time about their intention to detain my partner, there wasn't just standard immigration officials or police officers at Heathrow who picked up the phone and called the White House. That had to have been done at a fairly high level of the British government. And so clearly there was the complicity and support for the detention of my partner at the highest levels of both the US and the UK government. Where exactly that happened is something that I don't know, but we ought to know.
And the justification that they've been giving for both of those actions is they believe that you have highly sensitive, they call stolen information that could help terrorists and could lead to a loss of lives. Is that true? Do you have information that could do that?
Sure. Look, you know, we're adults and we understand the stakes. And when I realized what the scope and magnitude of these documents was early on, David and I had many long discussions about the fact that this would change our lives, both of our lives, that it would impact us in all sorts of ways. And we made the choice, notwithstanding that, to do this because of how urgent this journalism was. And we knew that things like this would happen. We have every expectation that they're going to continue to happen, but we have a large organization behind us, huge amounts of support all over the world, numerous governments, including the Brazilian government, that is indignant about what has been done. And we're very confident that the people who are isolated and in a vulnerable position are the US and UK governments and not us.